Hi Rockford families. I wanted to pop in and say hello. We're in the middle of spring break. I hope you're having a wonderful spring break. I know there's not a lot of activity happening and not a lot of trips happening, but hopefully you're finding some time for some fun. As we get closer to Monday the 30th, and distance learning is supposed to be starting on that day, it's looking more and more like we may not be back at school. I've heard from lots of families that the work that'll be coming in for them is not the part that's stressing them out. What's stressing them out is, how do I organize my kids? How do I organize my family? So I'm going to try and help you with that a little bit tonight, and see if we can give you a little bit of structure that might help you at home. A lot of families are talking about having a time frame for their students. So maybe 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock is math, 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock is reading. And some people are saying, I can't be locked in that much. I'm also working from home. And so I'm going to share a method with you tonight that is called the Kanban board. And this is a method that is or a tool that's often used in product or software development teams that practice agile development methods. It helps you to visualize your tasks. It also allows your work to be fluid, and it keeps you from being tied to a schedule. So I have kind of a mock-up board here that I'm going to walk you through what this could look like in your home. So right here we have a first grader, and first grader may have the potential to have to do writing, high-frequency words, spelling, math, phonics, reading, and science. And so those are the subjects they may be looking at. A third grader, so I'm just going to look at two different grade levels. A third grader, writing, social studies, spelling, math, vocab, reading, science, and maybe you have a student who wants to practice their piano and you have a piano at home. I know not everybody does. So those are two students. You may also look at yourself as a part of this and say, I want to be part of my students' learning, and I want to look at the things that I do. So I kind of laid this out like a teacher. So a teacher might be lesson planning, doing some office hours, grading, and having some virtual meetings. There are also things that you can do as a family together. Physical activity, music. The music teachers are sending information on what you can do musically. Reading for 20 minutes, art, brain breaks, or possible house jobs. Maybe this is a time where you sweep the floor, or you empty the dishwasher, or you do things like that, and those can be part of this board as well. So as you lay this all out, you may come together in the morning and say, we're going to have a morning meeting. This is what we do at school too. We have a morning meeting, and you might say, okay, what is your day going to look like? Your first grader might say, I'm going to work today on writing, and that's going to go in the to-do board. Then I'm going to work on spelling. I also want to make sure I do math, and I also want to make sure I do reading. Those are going to be the things they're going to work on today. Your third grader might say, I really think I need to do math. I've got an assignment to do in reading. I want to do spelling, and I really want to practice my piano today. And so that's what your third grader might say they're going to do today. You might start your day by saying, again, if you were a teacher, you might say, I'm going to start my day with lesson planning. And then I also have a virtual meeting that's coming up today. And I know that I'm going to have office hours every day. I may not be grading quite yet because we're just starting this process. The other things you may do is you may say, we're all going to have 30 minutes of physical activity. Maybe you're going to go outside and play together. Maybe you're going to walk around the block together. I see so many families out taking walks together right now, which is fantastic. So there's physical activity you could do together. You're all going to maybe read together for 20 minutes and do that work together. And then there's going to be time for art. So maybe you'll do an art project together, and then you will have a brain break. So that might be something like a dance party in the kitchen. That might be something like everybody takes 20 minutes and goes and plays their video games, or whatever they need to do. You've been working hard for a couple hours and you need a break. So that's what our to-do is going to be. That's the morning meeting. We've talked about it. And now everybody's going to get busy. And as they get busy, each person is going to be putting something in the doing column, and it will only be happening one at a time. So I'm only going to be doing spelling if I'm my first grader. If I'm a third grader, I'm only going to be working on reading. I might only be working on lesson planning. And then together later. You may only be working on physical activity together, and that'll come later because you'll be doing that as a family perhaps. So once those are done, they move that into the done area, and then they continue to move the to-dos into the doing, and then when they're done, you're done. You may again work on this, like read for 20 minutes. Maybe you will all come down and just read together. This is what we're all doing at this time, and everybody just shuts down and reads for 20 minutes together as a family. And then when that's done, you move that over. The nice thing about the Kanban board is when you're done, you're done. You don't have to say, okay, we're locked into an hour or 2 hours of everything every day. So maybe you're done by 1 o'clock. You worked hard in the morning, you had some lunch, you finished things out, by 1 o'clock you're done, then you're done. It may not be the end-all be-all for your family, but it might work, and it might give you another option to say, how am I going to structure my day, and what will I do as a parent? You might say as a parent, I'm not a teacher, and we understand that. We're here to help. We're going to continue to give you tools and resources. I'll send you some information and resources when I send the video out, but again, it's one more tool that we can give you as a parent. I know that this is hard. It's been hard for everybody, and we miss your kids, and I want to say hi to all the students, and I hope you're well. The teachers are working incredibly hard to put lessons together and to try and help you, and I'm super proud of the work that everybody has done so far. We'll all get through this together because we are all in this together. Thanks, and have a great evening, and I'll see you again soon.